Our journey begins with a soft and almost silent lift. We rise slowly, leaving the ground behind. The world below begins to change. Individual leaves on trees merge into a soft green canopy. The sounds of the city, the gentle hum of life, begin to fade into a single peaceful whisper. We are ascending into the calm, clear sky above Okayama, a city often called the Land of Sunshine. It is a place of quiet dignity, a hidden gem nestled in the western part of Japan's main island, Honshu. From this vantage point, the city reveals its true character, not in a rush, but with a slow, graceful unfolding of its many layers. Here, high above the gentle bustle, we can breathe. The air feels clean and still. We are floating, suspended between the vast blue expanse above and the intricate tapestry of life below. Okayama is not a city that shouts for attention. It does not boast towering skyscrapers that pierce the clouds. Instead, it presents a landscape of balance and harmony. We see the spread of rooftops, the winding paths of rivers, and the gentle rise of distant mountains. It is a portrait painted in subtle hues of green, gray, and blue. Our gentle drift now takes us towards the very heart of Okayama's history and beauty. Below us, two magnificent landmarks appear, sitting side by side in perfect contrast. The first is a sprawling expanse of immaculate green. This is Korakuen Garden, one of Japan's 3 most celebrated landscape gardens. From above, it is a masterpiece of design. We see meticulously raked gravel, ponds that shimmer like polished mirrors, and winding paths that invite leisurely strolls. Every tree, every rock, every gentle slope seems placed with incredible care and artistic intent, creating a scene of absolute serenity and balance. The garden is a living work of art, changing with the seasons. Today, under the summer sun, it is a sea of lush greens. The large Sawano-Ike pond dominates the view, its surface reflecting the blue sky. Small, elegant tea houses and rest pavilions dot the landscape, offering tranquil spots for contemplation. We see the gentle curve of a traditional wooden bridge, the precise lines of manicured hedges, and the soft, rounded shapes of ancient pine trees. Right next to this verdant paradise stands its dramatic counterpart, Okayama Castle. Its main tower, with its striking black lacquered walls, earns it the nickname Uho, or Crow Castle. From our aerial perspective, it rises with a quiet strength, a dark and noble silhouette against the softer tones of the city. The castle's stone base is formidable, a testament to its feudal past. The contrast between the garden's gentle, sprawling beauty and the castle's vertical, stark presence is truly breathtaking. Together, these two landmarks tell a story of Japan's rich cultural heritage. They represent the harmony between nature and human creation, between the pursuit of beauty and the need for strength. The Asahi River flows gracefully between them, acting as a natural moat for the castle and a life-giving source for the garden. As we hover here, taking in this iconic view, we feel a deep connection to the history of this place. It is a scene of timeless beauty, a reminder that even in a bustling city, moments of profound peace and historical reverence can be found. We now turn our attention to the great artery that gives life to Okayama, the Asahi River. From our elevated viewpoint, it is a magnificent silver ribbon, winding its way through the urban landscape with a slow and steady grace. Its surface catches the sunlight, shimmering and sparkling as it flows towards the Seto Inland Sea. The river is not just a body of water. It is a central character in the city's story. It has shaped the land, nourished the people, and provided a stage for centuries of history. We see its gentle curves dictating the layout of parks and neighborhoods along its banks. The riverbanks themselves are a sight to behold. They are lined with lush greenery, creating long, continuous parks that serve as the city's lungs. We can see walking paths and cycling trails following the river's course for miles. These are green corridors of tranquility, where the city's residents come to connect with nature. We observe the broad, grassy areas, perfect for picnics or simply lying in the sun. Rows of cherry trees stand patiently, promising a spectacular display in the spring. The riverbanks are a testament to a city that values open space and the well-being of its people. Numerous bridges span the Asahi's width, each with its own character. They are like stitches holding the fabric of the city together. We see modern, functional bridges carrying steady streams of traffic, their designs clean and simple. We also see older, more elegant bridges, perhaps for pedestrians and cyclists only, with arches that create beautiful reflections in the water below. These bridges are more than just infrastructure. They are meeting points, places from which to gaze at the flowing water and feel the pulse of the river. They connect not just two pieces of land, but the people who live on either side. As we follow the river's path, we notice the gentle movement upon its surface. A lone scullboat glides smoothly, its oars dipping in and out of the water in a silent, rhythmic dance. Further along, a small pleasure boat moves at a leisurely pace, its wake creating delicate, expanding V-shapes on the water. There is no rush, no frantic activity. The river seems to impose its own calm, unhurried pace on everything that touches it. It is a constant, soothing presence, a reminder of the steady, unending flow of time and nature, even in the midst of a modern city. Leaving the historical heart of the city behind, our aerial journey now carries us over the modern downtown area. The view transforms from one of ancient castles and manicured gardens to a landscape of contemporary life. Below us lies a grid of streets, a network of concrete and glass that forms the commercial and administrative center of Okayama. The buildings here are taller, more functional, their rooftops adorned with the machinery of modern living. We see the sleek lines of office buildings, the broad roofs of department stores, and the orderly arrangement of apartment complexes. This is the city's engine room, the source of its economic pulse. Yet even from above, it does not feel overwhelming or chaotic. Okayama's modernity is expressed with a sense of order and restraint. There is space between the buildings, allowing light to reach the streets below. We see small public plazas and rooftop gardens, little pockets of green tucked away amidst the concrete. The streets are clean and well maintained. It is a city that functions efficiently, but without sacrificing its pleasant, human scale. The urban landscape is dense, but not oppressive. Our eyes are drawn to the immense structure of Okayama Station. It is the central hub of the city's transport network, a point of convergence and departure. From the sky, it looks like a great sprawling organism. We can see the silver tracks of the Shinkansen, the famous bullet trains gleaming in the sun as they curve into the station. Local train lines branch out from the station like veins, connecting the city center to the surrounding suburbs and countryside. The station is a place of constant managed motion, a symbol of Okayama's connection to the rest of Japan and the world. Surrounding the station, the city is alive with commerce. We can see covered shopping arcades, their roofs creating long, sheltered walkways. These are the traditional shotengai, the lifeblood of local retail. Even from this height, we can imagine the vibrant activity within them, the colorful displays, the enticing smells from small restaurants, and the sound of shopkeepers greeting their customers. The modern city is not just a collection of anonymous buildings, it is a place of interaction and community, a dynamic and living entity that continues to grow and evolve while retaining its unique character. We now drift away from the bustling city center, seeking out the quieter, greener parts of Okayama. From the air, the city reveals itself to be a tapestry woven with threads of green. It's not just the grand expanse of Korakuen Garden, but a multitude of smaller parks, public squares, and green spaces that are scattered throughout the urban fabric. These are really the city's communal backyards, places of rest and recreation for its residents. We see playgrounds with brightly colored equipment, sports fields marked with white lines, and simple, grassy areas where people can relax under the shade of a tree. Each green space has its own personality. Some are meticulously landscaped, with flower beds arranged in geometric patterns and neatly trimmed hedges. Others are more natural and wild, with mature trees and rambling paths. We float over a small botanical garden, its glass-paneled greenhouses glinting in the sun. We pass over a public park with a large pond where families might be feeding the ducks or paddling in small boats. These pockets of nature provide a vital balance to the concrete and asphalt of the city, offering moments of peace and a connection to the natural world. The city's commitment to green spaces extends even to its most sacred places. As we soar over quiet neighborhoods, we can spot the grounds of Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples. These are often marked by groves of ancient trees, creating islands of deep dark green. From above, we can see the distinctive architecture of their roofs, the elegant lines of a pagoda, or the simple, powerful form of a shrine's main hall. These are oases of tranquility and spirituality, places where the noise of the city fades away, replaced by the rustle of leaves and the sense of centuries of devotion. Even the cherry blossoms, for which Japan is so famous, leave their mark on the landscape. Though it's not spring, we can easily identify the places where they will bloom. We see long avenues lined with cherry trees, their branches forming a delicate canopy over the street. We see clusters of them along the riverbanks and in the parks. We can imagine the explosion of pale pink and white that will transform these areas into scenes of breathtaking beauty. The presence of these trees, even in their green summer guise, is a promise of future beauty and a symbol of the cyclical nature of life. From our serene vantage point in the sky, we become observers of the gentle rhythm of daily life in Okayama. The city below is a living organism, and we can see its pulse in the slow, steady movements of its inhabitants. We are too high to see individual faces or hear conversations, but we can perceive the patterns of human activity. The world unfolds not as a series of dramatic events, but as a calm and continuous flow. People move with a sense of purpose, but without the frantic rush that characterizes so many other large cities. We watch as tiny figures on bicycles glide along dedicated paths, their progress smooth and seemingly effortless. The bicycle is clearly a beloved mode of transport here, a silent and efficient way to navigate the city's flat terrain. We see students in their uniforms walking in groups, their paths converging on the grounds of a school. We observe people taking leisurely strolls along the riverbanks or through the parks, their pace unhurried. It is a city in motion, but the motion is graceful and harmonious, like a well-choreographed dance. The city's waterways also reveal their own quiet rhythm. Along the canals that branch off from the main river, we spot small traditional boats. These might be tour boats, carrying visitors through the historical Kurashiki Bikan district nearby, or perhaps just simple working vessels. They move slowly, their passage creating gentle ripples that lap against the stone walls of the canals. Their movement adds another layer to the city's tranquil character, a reminder of a time when waterways were the primary highways for commerce and travel. Even the flow of traffic seems more measured from up here. On the wider boulevards, cars and buses move in orderly streams of light and color. They stop patiently at red lights and proceed smoothly when the way is clear. There is a sense of cooperation and order to the movement. The city's public transport system, including the charming streetcars or trams, adds to this sense of calm efficiency. We see a tram trundling along its tracks, a moving landmark that has served the city for generations. It is all part of the quiet, steady heartbeat of Okayama. As we continue our flight, what becomes increasingly clear is the remarkable harmony between Okayama's past and its present. The city is not a museum, frozen in time, nor has it erased its history in the pursuit of modernity. Instead, it has woven the two together into a single, cohesive fabric. From the air, this blend is beautifully evident. We can see the dark, imposing form of Okayama Castle, a relic of the feudal era, standing just a stone's throw away from the sleek contemporary architecture of the Okayama Prefectural Museum of Art. This juxtaposition is visible all across the city. We drift over a quiet residential area, a patchwork of traditional houses with tiled roofs and small private gardens. Tucked among them, we see a modern, minimalist home, its clean lines and large windows offering a stark but not unwelcome contrast. A narrow, ancient-looking lane might suddenly open up onto a wide, modern avenue. A centuries-old shrine, with its weathered wooden gates, can be found nestled beside a multi-story car park. The city seems to embrace these contrasts, allowing old and new to coexist peacefully. The very layout of the city tells this story. The organic, winding streets of the older districts, which likely followed the paths of old canals or footpaths, gradually give way to the rigid, geometric grid of the newer, planned areas. We can see where the city's historical core ends and its modern expansion begins. Yet the transition is not abrupt or jarring. It is a gradual shift, a visual representation of the city's own evolution through time. It is a landscape that respects its roots while looking confidently towards the future. This balance is perhaps the secret to Okayama's unique charm. It is a city that feels both timeless and alive. It offers the comfort of history and the convenience of modernity. As we look down, we see a place that has managed to preserve its soul. The Crow Castle and Korakuen Garden are not just tourist attractions, they are the spiritual anchors of the city. The modern buildings and infrastructure are not just functional necessities, they are the framework that allows this ancient city to thrive in the 21st century. It is a beautiful and delicate balancing act. Our aerial perspective now widens, and we lift our gaze towards the horizon. We see that Okayama does not sprawl endlessly. It is cradled by a gentle embrace of mountains. To the north and west, rolling hills and low-lying mountains rise up, their slopes covered in a dense blanket of forest. They form a beautiful green backdrop to the urban landscape, a natural wall that defines the city's boundaries. Their presence adds a sense of enclosure and protection, making the city feel like a safe haven nestled within a larger, wilder world. These mountains are a constant, reassuring presence in the life of the city. On a clear day, their dark green and blue silhouettes are etched against the sky. In the morning, they are often shrouded in a soft, ethereal mist, which slowly burns off as the sun rises higher. They are the source of the rivers that flow through the plain, and they influence the local climate, contributing to the region's famously sunny weather. From our high vantage point, we can appreciate the profound connection between the city and its surrounding natural geography. The transition from the urban plain to the foothills is gradual and graceful. The dense grid of the city begins to loosen. The streets become more winding as they follow the contours of the land. The neat rows of houses give way to larger properties, farms, and patches of woodland. We can see small villages tucked into the valleys, their communities living a life that is closely tied to the land and the seasons. It is a reminder that just beyond the edge of the city, a more rural, traditional way of life continues. As we hover here, taking in this panoramic view, we feel a sense of completeness. We see the city not as an isolated entity, but as part of a larger ecosystem. The mountains, the plain, the rivers, and the sea to the south all work together to create this unique and beautiful place. The mountains provide a sense of scale and permanence. They have stood here for millennia, long before the first foundations of the castle were laid. They are silent witnesses to the city's entire history, and they will continue to watch over it for centuries to come. The time has come to begin our slow descent. Our 10 minutes of pure relaxation are drawing to a close. We begin to spiral down gently, returning to the world below. The grand patterns we observed from high above start to resolve back into finer details. The city's landscape, which appeared as a single unified tapestry, now separates into individual neighborhoods, streets, and buildings. The collective hum of the city gradually breaks apart into distinct sounds: the distant rumble of a train, the faint chime of a streetcar, the murmur of traffic. As we get closer, the people we saw as tiny, anonymous figures regain their individuality. We can once again see them walking, cycling, and living their lives. The abstract beauty of the city from above transforms back into the tangible reality of a living community. But something has changed within us. The perspective we gained from our aerial journey remains. We see the city now not just as a collection of streets and buildings, but as a harmonious whole, a place of quiet dignity and understated beauty. The peace we felt in the sky does not leave us as we touch back down to earth. It lingers, like the warmth of the sun on a pleasant afternoon. The memory of the silver river, the green gardens, the noble castle, and the embracing mountains stays with us. We have seen the city's soul from a unique vantage point. We have understood its rhythm and appreciated its balance. Okayama has shared its secret with us, that true beauty often lies not in grandeur and noise, but in tranquility and harmony. Our journey is over, but the sense of calm remains. We have experienced Okayama not as a tourist, but as a silent, floating observer. We have witnessed the gentle dance of life in the land of sunshine, and as we return to the ground, we carry with us a newfound appreciation for this remarkable city. We have seen its hidden charm revealed from the sky, and it is a vision of profound and lasting peace. The gentle ascent gave us perspective, and the slow descent leaves us with a feeling of deep, serene contentment.